Hey guys, welcome back to Tomies-Vibe. So in today's video, we're going to dive into something pretty exciting and nerve-wracking, which are AP test scores. So in this video, I'm going to give you some experiences and tips and tricks to succeed in your AP test scores next year. Let's get into it. First, let me tell you a little bit about my experience. This year, I took AP Pre-Calc, Psychology, History, and English and Composition. These were pretty challenging, but it was a great experience and journey. There were lots of ups and downs, and there was early morning studying and late night studying. Some test scores for me went really well, like Pre-Calc and Psychology, which I'm pretty impressed because story time, again, I'm always like into story times. Psychology, I literally cried in that exam. I was literally crying because it was my first time taking AP exams at all because I've been moving around constantly, and I didn't time myself. Last night, like the night before the exam, I was studying and I did great on the exam. I got like an 80 something on it, which was great because that would be like a 5 or a 4, I think. And the thing was, I didn't like time myself, so I took my time with it, you know what I'm saying? And the exam, the prompts were really long and I read really slow. Like, I had to read it a lot of times for it to actually get in my head. So, I wasn't like paying attention at the time. And then when the timer rang, I was like halfway through the exam and I'm like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? Because like the rest of the exam, and I was trying to fill it out, like everything that I could, like ABC. But the teacher that was prompting the test was right next to me and she just stood there waiting for me and she took it away. So I couldn't finish the exam and I was crying because of course like I studied for it, I prepared myself, and then when I'm in the exam, I can't finish it. And it's not even because I don't know the content, it's just because I didn't have time and I was just trying to like get a hold of myself because I still had the FRQs to do after the exam, like after that section, the multiple choice. So I was literally crying. I took like a little break and then I got myself together because I had to do the other part of the exam, which was pretty easy this year. I'm pretty impressed because I thought it was gonna be harder. Like the 2021 exam, I think it was the one that I did like a practice on, was pretty hard. It was the 21 or 22. It was pretty hard. So I didn't know what I was expecting for the FRQ, but it was pretty nice. Like I liked it a lot and I literally filled the whole page, like the pages, with the answer, and I felt pretty confident. But then the multiple choice, I struggled with it. I was pretty bad. I just couldn't. And the pre-calculus exam also went pretty good, which is impressive. Well, not impressive because my teacher, I had the best teacher for pre-calc ever. Like he explained everything super good and he's super funny and like hilarious. So I wasn't like that surprised, but I never thought that I was gonna pass the exam because it was the first time that AP pre-calc had an exam. Okay. I took Algebra 2 and pre-calc at the same time, and that was like a new thing that we had. So we didn't know what we had to expect for the pre-calc exam, but it went pretty well. So yeah, I'm pretty good about it. Now, English and history were pretty tough. I thought it was gonna be pretty easy, but it wasn't. And yeah, it was not my thing. AP history, I didn't study for it actually. So yeah, I didn't know anything almost. I knew a lot, but not many. Like I passed the EOC, but the AP exam is just a whole different level and you had to like write a lot, like the multiple choice. You had the SAQs, you had the DBQ and the LEQ. So yeah, it was a lot. But if I had studied more, I'm probably sure that I would have done a lot better than I did. Also English, I was super confident with English, and yeah, it was pretty tough, the multiple choice. The writing section was pretty easy for me, But the multiple choice, again, I didn't have time to complete all of it, so I only completed half of the questions, or even less than half of the questions. So yeah, these are just my experiences with my first AP exams that I take. Now let's talk tips. Here are my top tips to succeed and improve on your AP exams. Step 1. Start early. Begin your prep early in the year. Don't wait until the last minute to cram all the information together. For my AP Psychology exam, I started studying in the fall, so I had plenty of time to absorb the material. Step 2. Create a study schedule. Having a consistent study schedule is crucial to acing your exams. Breaking down your subjects into manageable chunks and specific times each week. For example, I studied Mondays and Thursdays AP Pre-Calc, and Tuesdays and Wednesdays I studied AP History. Step 3. Use multiple resources. Don't rely on just one textbook. Use online videos on YouTube, online websites, practice exams to study for everything. Khan's Academy and Crash Course was really a reliable source for me to study. Also, this app called Note, I think it's how you say it, I don't know, I'm gonna put a picture here. It's called Note, and it gives you summarized things, like it gives you a study guide on every unit that you need to study for the exam. I studied AP Psychology there, AP History, AP English, and Pre-Calc, and it has a variety of AP courses. Even you can put YouTube videos that you find online, and it gives you flashcards based on the YouTube video, and it summarizes the videos for you. So that's a great start to study. Step 4, practice, practice, practice. Using practice exams were really great for me because I got to see my weaknesses and the areas that I had to improve on, and also it gave me a setting on the actual timing. For me, I didn't time myself in most of the exams. For example, AP Psychology, I didn't time myself at all, so it wasn't like I had an idea of how I had to do it. But the exams for AP Pre-Calculus, for example, and AP History, they had timing, and I did time myself because they were after the AP Psychology exam. That was the first exam that I took, the AP Psychology, so it was like an example for all the rest that I had to do. So yeah, don't be like me, and please time yourself so you have plenty of time to review and see how you have to improve to make your exam great. Step 5, stay organized. Keep all the study materials and units organized in sections. For example, I used color folders and like dividers to divide each content in units. For instance, in psychology. This is my AP Psychology folder. And as you can see, it has like the dividers. I'm gonna show them to you guys. It has the dividers, and even though it doesn't have the numbers, it's divided by units. So the blue, it's unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, unit 4, unit 5, etc. And it's all the units that I had to study for my AP Psychology exam. And yeah, staying like this is pretty organized. Also use sticky notes for important dates like exams or any review sections that my teachers was going to give me. I use sticky notes to keep track of them. Also, I didn't only use online resources or the textbook, I used my own brain. I gathered all the information I found from all the materials and created my own study guides in a way that I could understand it better and made it clear for me. So yeah, that's also a good tip that I could give you. It's just read all of the materials that you have that you can gather on YouTube, apps, and even the textbook or just a teacher, and create your own study guide on the way that it's clear for you, because not everyone is like the same, and then you can customize it for yourself. Step 6, join study groups. Talking to your friends about the same topic gives you different insight on the material, and maybe they have the response to questions that you have, or you have the answers to the questions that they have, and you can all gather information together and help each other out. I, for example, studied AP History and Pre-Calc with most of my friends, and we had group chats and we studied together in school, and it was amazing. We got to share all the material that we had gathered throughout the year, and we made it easier for us to get it together. Last but not least, this is the final step to ace all of your exams, and it's the most important and crucial one, which is step 7. Take care of yourself. Eat, have plenty of sleep, and take breaks during your study sections. Your brain needs rest to get its maximum potential. So what I did, I took breaks of 1 hour during my study sections, and I also went outside. I tried to get outside the environment I'm studying. I went to my living room, I watched a movie, or at least took a break and just sat there far away from my books and my computer. So that's something I would recommend you guys to do also. Another thing that really helped me was setting up a dedicated space to study. I cleared up my desk, I put all the study materials, and I only made a rule to study for the AP exams in my desk. It created a mental separation from other activities and helped me concentrate better. Here are a few more tips that I found helpful. 1. Use flashcards. Flashcards can help you separate all the material into a minimum of a few sentences, and it helps you concentrate a lot better because you're using an active recall method, and you just read over the flashcards and you keep reading, and then you try to match it and remember what's in the other back, which is the definition or just an answer and a question and things like that. And it helps you a lot to use your memory. Flashcards are great for memorizing key terms and concepts. Apps like Quizlet or just Know, the one that I just recommended before, are really great for using flashcards, since you can, for example, in Note and in Quizlet, you can customize them, but in the Note app, it has already the flashcards made for you with the content that you have to study for like each AP exam, which is great. The next step is teaching to others. The best way to reinforce what you have learned is by teaching someone else about it. I used to explain psychology concepts to my parents, and it helped me a lot to actually learn them and understand them. Next, stay positive and keep going. It's easy to get discouraged, especially when you're struggling in a tough subject. Celebrate small victories along the way and just keep going. You got this. Lastly, use all the resources that are available to you. Whether it's an app, an online class, your friends, or even your teacher, there's a lot of support out there. Take advantage of it. That's all for today's video. So I hope my experiences and tips help you feel less stressed and more prepared for your AP exams next year. Please let me know how you did on your AP exams, and just comment any questions that you have for me. So yeah, I'm glad that you guys reached to the end of the video. Comment, subscribe, like, follow my Instagram account, and thanks for watching.